What if you could travel back in time? I mean, way, way back, to the world's very first day. Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to dive into the incredible story of how it all began, from a perfect planet to the very first people.
Seriously, have you ever just stopped and tried to picture it? No buildings, no cars, no noise. Just a brand new world, fresh out of the box. What did it look like? How did it feel? Well, let's go find out. That's where our story begins.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the planet itself. We're diving into what Earth was like when it was brand new, a perfect world, straight from the hand of its creator.
So our story kicks off with a world that was created absolutely beautiful from the get-go. Forget the rugged, sometimes harsh world we know today. Imagine a place that was gentle, lush, and just perfect from its very first moment.
And listen to this description. The mountains weren't these sharp, jagged peaks we see now. No. Picture these graceful, rolling hills covered in the most amazing greenery. Everything was soft, welcoming, and totally bursting with life.
And the plants? Whoa. Try to imagine this. Flowers everywhere you looked, and trees so huge and majestic, they'd make our tallest trees today look tiny. The air was pure, clear, and healthy. It was pretty much paradise. But, a paradise needs someone to enjoy it.
All right, the stage is set. This incredible world is ready. And now, it's time for the main event, the arrival of the very first person.
So, Adam shows up. But he wasn't just another animal or plant. He was like the grand finale of this whole creation project. He was made to be the ruler of this amazing new world, the one who would take care of it all. And he was made in a really special way.
Now, when we hear that Adam was made in the image of God, it's easy to think about what he looked like. But it was so much more than that. It meant his character, his very heart, was a reflection of his Creator. He was built to be kind, super smart, and totally pure, with a natural joy for doing the right thing.
This was basically his job description, and what a job it was. He was supposed to reflect God's goodness, be a wise and loving manager of the whole planet and all its animals, and get this, live as a son of God. Not a bad first gig, right?
But even with the coolest job in the universe, in a perfect world, something was missing. This next part is all about friendship and the fact that we're just not designed to be alone.
Can you even imagine this? God brought every single living creature to Adam, and Adam got to give each one its name. The lion, the eagle, the little hummingbirds, he met them all. What an incredible experience that must have been.
But as he was naming all these animals, he started to notice something. The bears had a partner. The birds had partners. Every single creature had a companion, but he didn't. And right there, in that perfect world, for the very first time, something wasn't quite right.
God saw it too. And that phrase, help meet, is so important. It doesn't mean a servant or an assistant. It means a helper who corresponds to him, a perfect partner, someone who was his equal, who could share every part of his life. And the way this companion, Eve, was made is just beautiful. The story says she was formed from one of Adam's ribs. Think about what that means. She wasn't made from his head to rule over him, and not from his feet to be walked on. She was made from his side, to stand with him as an equal, to be close to his heart, loved and protected. So now Adam had a partner. They had each other, and they needed a home. But it wasn't just any old place. God prepared something very, very special for them. This home was a garden called Eden, and it was, hands down, the most beautiful spot in the entire world. Just picture trees heavy with the most delicious fruit you can imagine, gorgeous vines, and the smell of flowers everywhere. Now, their job in the garden sounds pretty awesome. It wasn't hard labor. They got to be artists. They would gently guide the branches of vines to grow into these amazing, shady shelters, like living tree houses made of leaves and fruit. Their work was actually joyful and fun.
And here's the best part, the part that's almost hard to imagine. Their life was like a non-stop science class with the creator of the universe as their teacher. They literally walked and talked with God and with angels, learning the secrets of everything directly from the source. Every leaf, every star had a lesson just for them.
Okay, so the world is finished, people are here, and they have the most perfect home imaginable. The creation story is almost done, but there's one last really important piece of the puzzle. After 6 days of making this perfect world, the work was complete.
So on the seventh day, God did something totally different. It was time to pause, to rest, and to just enjoy everything that had been made.
This seventh day was called the Sabbath. And this is super important. God didn't rest because he was tired. I mean, he's God. He rested to celebrate. He set this day apart as a special gift, a time for everyone to pause, to look around, and to connect with him.
The Sabbath was kind of like a weekly reminder that was built right into time itself. It was this invitation to just stop everything, look at the amazing world around you, the mountains, the rivers, the stars, and just be filled with awe and love for the one who made it all.
And that is the incredible story of the world's very first day. A story about beauty, about purpose, and about connection. And it kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. If you could walk in that perfect garden right beside its creator, what would you ask? What would you want to know?